Yeah, get it. Honestly, I was okay if they didn't add that in there, but that was a nice little touch. Hey, what's up? A-Aron back here for my 39th video, and we're gonna do The Warning again. This is my second reaction to them, and they rocked my world the first time, and you all warned me that I've entered down the rabbit hole. And I'm excited for that. I'm also very excited for this video because today we're going to get The Warning times 2 doing Metallica, Enter Sandman. And Metallica and me go way back. I grew up with Metallica. I would literally sit there listening to their tapes over and over again through all of their first few albums. So Enter Sandman is a song I know very well. It's one of their most mainstream songs, which some of the die-hard Metallica fans would absolutely say is not one of their best songs, but I doubt that any serious Metallica lover still doesn't enjoy it very much, as do I. That said, this is one of the most iconic songs for Metallica that once you start to hear it, if you're listening to this for the first time, you'll say, oh yeah, I know this. Everybody knows this song, right? It is a huge hit. And so let's dive right in. Here we have a very, very early age, The Warning. And so we have this is from July 7th, 2014. It's 2024 as I make this, almost 10 years later. And now I know the names of the musicians, right? So we got Danny on guitar, 14 years old. We've got Pau on drums at 12 years old. And Ale on bass at 9 years old. This is unbelievable. And let me just add, Danny's age 14. I think it was right about this age when I was playing the guitar, trying to learn and play Metallica solos out in the garage by myself, and started working with my first band playing, electric guitar too. And 95% of my repertoire was Metallica then. So I'm really, really excited to hear this. Let's go. Okay, we'll take this back a few seconds to get into the lyrics part, but just want to stop for a minute and comment. So cool. And these girls are grooving. They're actually playing, right? First of all, that's the first thing I want to comment on. Secondly, that drummer, Pau, is keeping time so well. I mean, really, she's doing such a great job. And then, Danny, of course, is actually playing her guitar. She actually knows and understands it. The investment that they already have in their equipment, sounds quite good. I mean, that's a maniac of a pedal, device there. It looks like she has all kinds of things in there, and switching, effects with her foot and everything. And so they're already set up. And so, kudos to the family for supporting them, even at this early age. Right, I didn't talk about Ali, but she is tapping, keeping time. She's in the groove. She's laying it down. They sound good. They sound really good, actually. It's a little weird for me, just because it is such an iconic song, played, so much, to hear it without the fourth band member in the beginning of that wah in the beginning, right? So this is 110, so I can remember to go back, but when you hear, right? So the fourth guitar, I'm not going to worry about the timing of it. It comes in, wow, right? Wow. And so we're missing that. So it is a little weird to hear that emptiness, but there's only 3 of them. So what are you going to do? But they sound great. So let's get back to it. So We're about to get into the lyrics, assuming they do cover it the same way as the original. Wow, wow, wow. Oh my gosh. They have such incredible talent at this age. It's no wonder they're so successful. It's amazing to see this. Always good to see the journey. I wish at that age, when I was trying to jam out my guitar out in the garage, that I could have had a band like this and sounded half as good as them. Amazing. First thing I want to comment on is Danny's pitch accuracy is almost spot on already here. She doesn't really sound like James Hetfield, but she's getting the intent, the meaning behind it, and the grit and the grind and her face and everything into it. And of course she's so young. So it's very impressive. I'm absolutely by far most impressed by Pau. Not only does she keep time, but I mean, she's like a little Lars in the making, right? And she can sing. Now the singing didn't quite hit the mark in terms of the genre for me. But again, I mean, she's 12 here, right? I mean, come on. And then, you know, going back to Danny, that solo, she had so much fun with that wah, right? And I remember the first time I got a wah pedal, I was so excited to go take it home. And she's not just, I mean, she's obviously practiced with it quite a bit, so she knows what she's doing. And so, and that exchange between Pau and Ale with the "now I lay me down to sleep," right? That back and forth was really cute. You know, it takes on a completely different meaning than the original. By the way, let's talk about that because I've covered most of the things I want to cover, if not all, and then we'll get into the next recording. But the lyrics and why is the Warning doing this? Now, maybe early on, they hadn't really established themselves and they didn't necessarily represent what they represent now. And of course, I'm still learning that, but based on what you've told me and the first reaction I did, they're all about, as well as what, you know, it was told to me from the suggestion, the recommendation, is that, you know, they're all about messages that, you know, warn people about things to come or things that are happening or whatever, raising awareness, right? So this is an interesting one because there's a lot of dilemma about what the meaning of this is. But the music video of this goes back to a child, which isn't really a baby, even though the lyrics say baby, it's more of a child. But, you know, "now I lay me down to sleep, pray the Lord my soul to keep," so on and so forth. "Hush, little baby, don't say a word, never mind the noise you heard. It's just a beast under your bed, never mind your closet," right? And so it's all about this concept of going into dreaming and that there's nightmares and things to this effect, and that, you know, it's almost like the narrator's trying to calm the kid, but is almost making it worse. And there's so many implications to this with society and so forth, and, you know, forget what they tell you, right, and all of these things. So there's so many different ways to interpret this. And so the ambiguity alone, I think, makes it a great candidate for them. Okay, let's jump into the other version of this. Now, this is from 2022, so 8 years later, and this is a live performance in Mexico City, which, let me just say, I went to Mexico City last year, and it is a fantastic city. Definitely get out there. It's like a New York, but better, safer. Cool, let's dive in. Yeah. Get it. Ah. Woo. Wow, so this is so different. So different. I started writing, they changed the beginning, but the whole arrangement is different. But it still retains a lot of the thematic structure and, those harmonies were fantastic. And I love the grit in Danny's voice now. In fact, I love her voice now. And while we're speaking of voice, we now also see Ale singing, and she could sing. She sounds great, especially in the upper register, singing that over the harmony higher towards the end. This was wonderful. And then I also noticed that there's the branding on the drums and stuff, and you got the fire in the background, and the live audience. I mean, the support people are gung ho. They're huge already. Already this is 8 years later, but. And then they switched to like a halftime section there, which was hitting so hard. Now they're all singing. So much talent here. It's no wonder they're blowing up, and it's so cool to see the progression. I love this arrangement. I imagine Metallica would too. I really do. And then finally at the end you hear them get into the original groove. But in all honesty, I was okay if they didn't add that in there. But that was a nice little touch. It absolutely was. And so, very impressed. I love it. You heard me say this in the first one. I want some more of it. Definitely going to continue with this. Thank you much. And please, if you haven't yet, go ahead and subscribe if you want to see more of this. Love you. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.